far as I know, my mentor told me that if I sell on a trend line, I'll be trading with the momentum just like the banks. So if you look right here, we have a 4 touch of this trend line, and it does look like GBPJPY is going down for a sell. So for the most part, logically, I'm thinking I could trade with the trend, get a nice one-to-one risk to reward, and stay very patient with the setup. And hopefully I can get in with this bank volume momentum. Okay, so let's go ahead and see how things go. I've been studying for about a week, but let's go ahead and see what this is looking like if we can get triggered into this. And let's go ahead and see. So, oh,
gotcha, bitch.
You know how I feel. Why would you say that? Like, you put me at...
everybody, salute to all you guys who are watching, man. This is BGFX. I'm coming at y'all with a brand new video today. So today's video is going to be about a trade that I actually took this past Monday during London session. It was the first trade that I actually took for the week on GBPJPY. GJ is my favorite pair. One of the main reasons being that this is a very volatile pair. It does trend a lot, so it does bring about a lot of opportunities. Me personally, I don't really focus on too many pairs. I'm usually looking around 3-4 pairs each week, and I'll just closely examine those for any setups that meet my rules. So on GBPJPY, the stop loss was very tight. It was only like 6.7 pips. So this was a very aggressive trade setup. However, it did have a very small risk for a very large potential reward. Me personally, I got out at around 50 pips for a 1-to-7 risk to reward ratio. However, if I would have held through, it would have tanked all the way down to 100 pips, which was an even better risk to reward ratio than that. So this was overall a very nice setup, very clean setup. If you do enjoy this video, make sure to leave a like, make sure to subscribe, and drop a comment as well. That's pretty much it, man. Hope y'all enjoyed. Just trying to drop some value here. We also hit 50 members in the alert room this past week, and that was my first goal with the alert room, was to really bring 50 people into their community. And it's really a blessing, that's come to learn how to trade, and I really appreciate every single one of you. Like I said, me being on here, me spreading my journey, all started as something I did independently. Me, I'd always trade by myself. Recently I've networked with a lot of traders, man. I met a lot of new people, and I'm starting to really feel happy to be a part of this industry and really just to help other people. So yeah, once again, man, I understand the value of a hard-earned dollar. So many people are joining my program. I appreciate every single one of you. Just by you joining, even though it's a small fee of $50, that lets me know you're serious. And when I see you join, I'm willing to give you my time. I'm willing to take time away from the charts, take time away from my family, to willingly work with you guys one by one. And I truly feel like it's a blessing that I am in this, kind of in this position, just so I can help other people. And I know it's only the beginning. We have the future to come. I have so much more thing planned for you guys. So you guys stay tuned for that. It's going to be very exciting. But yeah, guys, let's go ahead and get into the video. I'm gonna fully walk you guys through why I took this GJ trade. Let's get it. Alright, so we currently have GBPJPY thrown up on the charts in a 5-minute time frame. Before I actually walk you guys through the analysis real quick, I am on the trading view back testing option here, and what I want to do is press play, and I want to show you guys the move I actually caught. So we did go short around this area. I'm not too sure of the actual price, but I do have that price in the video from the screenshots I just posted. But I did enter here and did post the analysis to my alert room, and you can see from this area we had price absolutely tank. Now this was a very aggressive trade setup. The reason I say that is because we had a very tight stop loss on this trade. Okay, this was a 6.7 pip risk for a potential 50 pip reward. So this was a 1 to 7.5 risk to reward ratio trade, which means if you were risking 1%, you would have gained about 7.5%, give or take, on this trade opportunity. Now basically the way you do find your potential return on a trade is by multiplying your risk to reward by the percent you risk. So being at my risk to reward right here is 7.5. Typically I'm risking somewhere around 2% of trade, give or take. This trade wasn't a full 2%, but if I was risking a full percent, that would be a full 2%, that would be a 15% gain on my account. So you always want to keep in mind your risk to reward. You always want to keep in mind your potential returns for trades, and always have that long-term view of what you could potentially do to your account in the future. You always want to look at the next 1,000 trades and your potential results, so you can compound those. So overall, guys, you can see this was a very nice trade setup. This was a sniper entry. We had pretty much no drawdown on this trade. Things went amazing, and then we had price push all the way to the downside. Now, me personally, I did hop out of this trade around a 1 to 7 risk to reward for about 50 pips. I did alert my students when I did exit it. But if I did decide to hold this, I can go ahead and press play again, and you guys can see that price did make a second wave to the downside, pushing all the way down to the 137.80 key level around this previous low, where we did see some sort of a double bottom kind of occur before we had price push back to the upside. So if we do bring price all the way down to this low and kind of adjust that, you could see that this was a 1 to 14 trade setup, which is absolutely insane. Now this was a home run trade. Okay, this was a home run trade. It's very beautiful. These will come every now and then. And overall, man, just want to kind of capitalize on this opportunity. So me personally, I did hop out around a 1 to 7. But if you did want to hold on in this position, you could have brought stops to break even. It kind of let this run. So overall, this was around 6.7. Give or take, probably around 7 pips of risk for a potential 100 pip reward. So this was a trade of the month for me, possibly even the trade of the year. Very nice trade setup. So let me go ahead and walk you guys through why I actually decided to enter this. So let's start this off on a 4-hour time frame. Go ahead and reset these charts. So if we look right here, on the 4-hour, okay, we can start off by mapping off this previous key level up here, which is our high, which we didn't have tapped yet, but we can also draw this level out as well. So for the most part, guys, I was anticipating some type of pullback on GBPJPY. Now the reason being is that if we take our Elliott wave theory, basically the Elliott wave theory states that the market moves in waves of 5. So you have a 1, a 2, a 3, and a 4, and a 5 move. So if you look right here, this was our first move to the upside. This was our second wave to the downside. Third impulse, fourth correction, and then another fifth impulse to the upside. Now once we did have these 5 moves to the upside, we can see that this market was very overextended. So if we were to bring this back here, if you just look at the markets from a standpoint of how things usually work, you'll know that price will not continuously remain bullish through every single one of these levels. Eventually, at some point, you're going to have to see a pullback to exchange the order flow of the markets, because the markets is a zero-sum game. When you're making money, somewhere someone else is going to be losing money. So if we constantly see the market pursue itself in one direction, how are people going to be able to liquidate their positions? So being that price was pushing to the upside very strongly, I did feel like eventually these buyers were going to get Alright, my bad, y'all. My camera actually cut out, but I am back right here on the 5-minute time frame. And for the most part, man, if you do realize what the market was doing here, we could see that we did see a push to the upside. Now back to what I was saying about the market being overextended. If we do look at the past, the market made these highs, it made some new lows, and then they did push to the upside. So I knew around this area we were going to see a lot of buyers being accumulated into the markets, just based off of the way the structure works. We know that a lot of retail traders are most likely going to be going long around this 138.60 entry area. Now me personally, I do see my entry candlestick formation, so I was taking my Fibonacci from this high up here down to this low, and then I was looking to enter somewhere in these in this golden zone right here. So what I will do is I'll go ahead and change my settings on the golden zone, and I'm gonna make that a different color. Let's go ahead and make it like yellow, and that would have been our potential entry area, which is where I did get into my trade, where I had my limit order set. And the reason I had an extremely tight stop on this trade is because our Fibonacci numbers, man, the 618 especially is a universal number. If you do your research into the Fibonacci, you realize that a lot of things in the universe for some reason coexist with the number 618. Okay, now I'm not insanely I'm not trying to get insanely like into a conspiracy theory here, but supposedly a lot of things in the universe react with the number 618. And so far, just from putting it into my trading for the last few years, I realized that it's something that is very powerful. So this is my golden zone. So I was looking for price, really anticipating for price to pull back to that area. Now, once price did begin to push past the 886 and past the 786, at that point my trade was invalidated. So this little bit of breathing room here, even though this was only around 3 to 4 pips of breathing room, I pretty much entirely left any of this extra movement here, out of the equation. If price was to push up to these previous highs, at that point, I would know that these buyers did have enough strength to hold up this level here. Okay, so I didn't want to go ahead and short here if potentially buyers are just going to take control of it again. So at this point, I did pay attention to what price did after it did react to my golden zone. So if we look right here, we did have a small amount of reaction until we did see price wick off of these moving averages for about 8 pips or so, and then we had a major bearish candle push us to the downside and really gather some momentum into the markets, pushing us all the way back down to the 137.80 level. So overall, this is a very clean setup. In terms of my aggressive stops, okay, like I said, I did not want to see price break these highs. If we did see something like this occur, at that point my trade will be invalidated, and there would be no reason for me to hold on to a trade that wasn't going in my intended direction. Okay, I want to cut this loss quick. I want to get out of the markets. I want to enter the markets like a sniper when I can. Now keep in mind, this is just my personality. Your personality might be different. You might not like holding trades for the short term. You might enjoy having peace of mind on your trades. Okay, me personally, my personality, I like to be in the markets. I like to get up close and personal with it. I like to enter like a sniper. I like to get out quick. I like to make quick profits. Now, just because I like to make quick profits doesn't necessarily mean my trading is reckless or is irresponsible. Okay, that's not at all what I'm saying. It's just more of, it suits my personality more to enter the markets and be able to get out a few hours later with profits. Okay, everyone's different. It's really all about experimenting with what works for you the best. Me personally, I like to get in the markets with the best reaction. So if we are looking at the market from this standpoint here, I like to get in the markets around this area and get in the markets around this area. Okay, and I have a few different methods that I use to pinpoint this. If you do want to learn more about what I offer, man, go ahead and hit the link in the bio. I offer signals, Forex alerts, as well as my course as an all-in-one bundle. It's only $50. If you would like to get tapped in, go ahead and make that move. You'll learn a lot more than what I teach here on my YouTube channel. Okay, so yeah, guys, this is overall it for the trade setup. This could have been a potential 1 to 14 risk to reward trade, which was very nice. Like I said, I did decide to exit right here from 1 to 7.5 risk to reward trade, give or take. So yeah, guys, hope y'all enjoyed this video. If you did enjoy the value, if you do enjoy the content, please leave a like on the video and subscribe if you haven't already. We're creeping up on the 1,000 mark, man. We are very close to getting 1,000 subs. I appreciate you guys so much. The more comments I see you guys thanking me for the value I post, the more that inspires me to drop more free content for y'all. So like I said, keep showing love. I'll keep on paying you guys back with the knowledge that I know. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. Hope y'all enjoyed this video. Salute to all you guys for watching. It's your boy BJFX. I'm out. Okay, guys, so one more quick update about this trade setup that I actually forgot to mention during the video was my outlook of the trade based off of a volume type of approach. So basically, volume in the markets is going to consist of who is actually in it, how much capital is flowing into the markets, and who is actually in control of it. So at this point, we do see that price has been pushing to the upside. However, if we do come over here to our indicators and we get our fixed range, and we see that these new highs around the 138.70 level were actually broken. So if you look at the market from here, where we actually had bullish momentum begin to take control, and then we push it all the way up to that double top, you can see that our POC slash point of control, where most volume was accumulated into the markets, was right here. So if you look at what the market did, instead of continuing to the upside around this POC where volume was actually accumulated, pretty much bouncing off of here, instead of that actually happening, we seen a push below this level, and we actually had these previous lows taken out, and seen a new low made in the market. So that was pretty much a clue, that was a hint. Keep in mind that the market tells you a story, okay? The markets are always telling you something. Different people interpret it in different ways, but me personally, being that we did see this POC pulled back to and actually wicked off of, you can see that that was extra confirmation for our trade after these new lows were being broken. So basically the POC, you can see that it shows you where most volume was accumulated. If you do zoom into the markets here, basically what this means is around this box that I drew out, we had price moving the quickest. Okay, now fluctuations and volatility comes from people entering and exiting the markets. Okay, the supply and demand changes by the second based off of how many people are actually in these markets and the price of the currency itself. So right here you can see that price began to move very fast. That means it had a lot of exchange of orders moving in and out of the market. So once we did see price actually push to the downside and break these lows around this area where we did have price wick off after a break and retest of this situation here, we see that since price did take those lows out, that shows us that potentially a lot of this volume that was entered in the market was for sales. Okay, so at that point we could have drew our POC out, and that would have been an extra confluence with the Fibonacci. So that would have been a little more confluence on that trade setup just for you to get into. So as you guys can see, very accurate trade setup. A decent amount of confluence on this trade. So that's pretty much it, guys. Just wanted to update y'all with that. I don't have my face cam on at the moment, but I just wanted to hop on here and kind of talk to you guys about the concept of the POC as well. So that's pretty much it, guys. Hope y'all did enjoy this video. Make sure to smash that like button if you haven't already. It's been your boy BJFX. I'm out. Peace.